We are live now, we can start.
Good evening and a warm welcome to you all. I am your host Meenakshi, bringing to you all another webinar session on gender and sexuality with Anajuri. Before I begin, here's a brief about Anajuri to our new audiences who are with us on this beautiful evening. Anajuri means the bond of love. It signifies unconditional love. And it is this bond of unconditional love for his native land that brought back Milind Datta, the founder of Enajuri, from the US to start a non-profit organization in 2018, which engages and promotes numerous initiatives that are striving for social change, honing leadership skills and building entrepreneurship capabilities in the Northeast, including Assam, are to name a few. For the last 2 years, we have been engaging with speakers from various fields via virtual media to create a network among the people working in the region. Today, we are in conversation with Dipika Thakur. She is going to speak on the topic gender and sexual health. Dipika is a young transgender activist and is working on LGBTQ community issues and empowerment since 2009. She has given her 13 years to the community. She has been associated with various community based organizations and has contributed to India's biggest MSM and transgender community program, Pehchan. She has completed her postgraduate and is currently working as National Capacity Building Officer, One Stop Center, GFATM Project Officer under YRG CARE organization. She was associated with Delhi Commission for Women from 2018 to 2021. She is a master trainer of NACO Targeted Interventions. She is also a trainer at NISD and a part of NACO as Transgender Technical Resource Group. As an individual, she has supported more than 100 community members with employment and trained around 250 transgender toward, towards job preparedness with support of some private funding. Her main motive is to empower transgender community members. We welcome you and we look forward to learning so much from you today. Over to you,
Yeah,
Deepika.
hi. Thank you so much, Meenakshi, for this beautiful and amazing introduction of myself. And I'm really feel so happy with Anajari team. Uh, Thanks to entire team, those have given me opportunity to interact with a lot of people. Those are here with us in this online platform and listening us. Actually, I used to work for the community since 13 years, which you have talked. But why I have started talking about the gender, why I have started talking about the communities, why I am talking about the sexual health and sexual health related topics and issues, that we will definitely going to talk today with all of you. But before that, I think when we used to talk to people, when I interact with the community and I interact with the people in the society, still they have little bit confusion about their gender, and they have misconceptions about gender and sex. They always they mix their gender with their genital organs. They always think that if I have some genital organs, and accordingly my gender is also uh, have to be like that only. And if the person is behaving like something else, then some roles will comes. So which role will comes, which feelings will comes, and what are the things those are here in India and within us, within among us, within the community, within Indians only. And we and these community also born with the same way. Okay, so on this earth, whosoever is coming to this earth, there is only one way to come, that is female vagina and uterus. This is the only way. Even God has tried a lot to come to this earth on the same way. They have never came directly to this earth. If we will talk about Lord Krishna, if we will talk about Lord Rama, on all those examples like Hanuman and all those things, you know, they they have also came through the same way. So I think why I am saying all these things, because definitely we will definitely going to talk on that. And so before going into all those discussion, I would say that can we do something for the audience, and can we play one video which give them beautiful understanding. And this video is available on the YouTube, and they can watch later on as well when they want. Yeah, so look at the video.
जेंडर की वोकैबुलरी पहले बहुत सिंपल थी। एम और एफ, मेल और फीमेल, और ये एक दूसरे से अट्रैक्टिव थे। लेकिन अब ये बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड हो गया है। टू बिगिन विद, अल्फाबेट्स बढ़ गई हैं। एम और एफ के साथ है एल, जी, बी, आई, टी, क्यू। और ये ज़रूरी नहीं कि अब ये ऐसे ही अट्रैक्टेड हों। इसके बहुत कॉम्बिनेशंस हो सकते हैं, कुछ भी फिक्स नहीं है। इसलिए शुरू से शुरू करना पड़ेगा। शुरू करते हैं एल से। एल यानी लेस्बियन। लेस्बियन मतलब जब एक औरत को एक और औरत से प्यार होता है। लेकिन क्योंकि हम ना आदमी औरत के रिश्ते को समझते हैं, तो हम क्या करते हैं, हम सोचते हैं कि लेस्बियंस में भी एक आदमी जैसे पर्सनालिटी का होगा, उसके बाल छोटे होंगे, पैंट शर्ट पहनती होगी, अग्रेसिव होगी, और उसको बुच कहा जाने लगा। और जो दूसरा पार्टनर होगा वो थोड़ी फेमिनिन होगी, साड़ी पहनती होंगी, उनके हाव भाव भी औरतों जैसे होंगे, और उन्हें फेम कहा जाएगा। लेकिन एक्चुअली ये सब पुरानी थ्योरी है, और किसी भी लेस्बियन कपल में किसी की भी पर्सनालिटी कैसी भी हो सकती है। मूविंग अहेड, जी यानी गे। गे मतलब जब दो आदमियों को एक दूसरे से मोहब्बत होती है, राइट। लेकिन गे का एक और यूसेज भी है। जब हम सारी समलैंगिक कम्युनिटी को रेफर करते हैं, यानी गेज, बाइसेक्सुअल्स, लेस्बियन, ऑल टुगेदर, इनको भी गे कम्युनिटी या गे पीपल कहा जाता है। अब बारी बी यानी बाइसेक्सुअल की। बाइसेक्सुअल यानी जब किसी भी शख्स को किसी भी जेंडर के व्यक्ति से प्यार करने की आज़ादी होती है। यानी एक आदमी को औरत से भी प्यार हो सकता है, और एक और आदमी से भी प्यार हो सकता है। सिमिलरली एक औरत को एक आदमी से भी प्यार हो सकता है, और वो एक औरत से भी अट्रैक्टेड हो सकती है। बाइसेक्सुअल यानी दोनों सेक्सेस के साथ। और अब बारी टी यानी ट्रांसजेंडर की। ट्रांसजेंडर एक्चुअली थर्ड जेंडर होता है, क्योंकि ये वो लोग हैं जो जब पैदा होते हैं तो उनको लड़का या लड़की मान लिया जाता है, लेकिन जब वो बड़े होते हैं तो वो उससे एकदम उलट, एकदम डिफरेंट महसूस करते हैं। यानी लड़का बड़े होके सोचता है कि वो एक्चुअली में लड़की है, और जो लड़की है वो बड़े होके सोचती है कि नहीं, वो एक्चुअली में लड़का है। ऐसे जो लोग हैं, कभी कभी तो वो सिर्फ अपने जो कपड़े हैं, जो अपना पहनावा है, उसको बदल लेते हैं, ताकि वो जैसा अंदर से महसूस कर रहे हैं वैसे ही बाहर से दिखें। इन्हें क्रॉस ड्रेसर्स कहा जाता है। और इनमें से कई लोग होते हैं जिन्हें लगता है कि नहीं, उनका शरीर भी उनके मन के साथ मैच करना चाहिए, तो वो हार्मोन रिप्लेसमेंट थेरेपी या सेक्स रीअसाइनमेंट सर्जरी की मदद लेते हैं और अपने शरीर में बदलाव लाते हैं। इनको ट्रांससेक्सुअल कहा जाता है। तो ट्रांससेक्सुअल और क्रॉस ड्रेसर्स दोनों ही ट्रांसजेंडर होते हैं। लेकिन समझने की बात एक और भी है, वो ये कि ट्रांसजेंडर्स की फिर पसंद, अट्रैक्शन कैसे डिफाइन होती है। यानी कोई जब पैदा होने के वक्त लड़का माना गया, बड़े होकर उसने लड़की जैसा महसूस किया। अब वो अगर किसी लड़के से प्यार करेगा तो उसे हेटेरोसेक्सुअल ट्रांसजेंडर माना जाएगा, पर वही अगर एक लड़की से प्यार करेगा तो लेस्बियन ट्रांसजेंडर, और अगर दोनों से प्यार करेगा तो बाइसेक्सुअल ट्रांसजेंडर। अब इसी को उल्टा कीजिए, अगर कोई लड़की पैदा हुआ लेकिन बड़े होकर उसने अपने आप को लड़का माना, तो जब वो किसी लड़की से प्यार करेगा तो उसको हेटेरोसेक्सुअल ट्रांसजेंडर माना जाएगा। लड़के से प्यार करेगा तो गे ट्रांसजेंडर, और अगर दोनों से प्यार करेगा तो बाइसेक्सुअल ट्रांसजेंडर। और अब बारी आई यानी इंटरसेक्स की। इंटरसेक्स उन लोगों को कहा जाता है जो जब पैदा होते हैं तो उनके जेनिटल्स यानी उनके जननांगों से ये तय नहीं हो पाता कि वो मेल हैं या फीमेल, तो डॉक्टर ही देख के तय कर देते हैं कि इनको लड़का मान लीजिए या इनको लड़की मान लीजिए। पर जब वो शख्स बड़े होते हैं तो हो सकता है वो उससे अलग महसूस करें, या हो सकता है वो खुद को ट्रांसजेंडर भी माने। पर ये जो सारी टर्म्स हैं, ट्रांसजेंडर, ट्रांससेक्सुअल, क्रॉस ड्रेसर, ये सब वेस्टर्न टर्म्स हैं और भारत में हम इस पूरे समुदाय को हिजड़ा नाम से ज़्यादा जानते हैं। हिजड़ा एक बहुत ही खास समुदाय का नाम है जिनके अपने कायदे, तौर तरीके होते हैं और एक परिवार की तरह रहते हैं, एक दूसरे का ख्याल भी रखते हैं। और हिजड़ा, अरावनी, कोथी, शिवशक्ति, जोगती हिजड़ा, हमारे देश के अलग अलग हिस्सों में ये इसी समुदाय के अलग अलग नाम हैं। और आखिर में बारी क्यू यानी क्वियर की। क्वियर यानी वो लोग जिन्हें अभी तक ये क्लियर ही नहीं है कि उनकी पहचान क्या है, वो मेल हैं, फीमेल हैं या ट्रांसजेंडर हैं। उनको तो ये भी क्लियर नहीं है कि वो किससे अट्रैक्टेड हैं, कौन उन्हें पसंद आएगा। इसलिए कभी कभी ये जो क्यू है इसको क्वियर के साथ साथ क्यू फॉर क्वेश्चनिंग यानी उनके मन में जो सवाल हैं उससे जोड़ के भी देखा जाता है। थक गए? मैं भी थक गई, बहुत सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन हो गई ना। अगर कुछ नहीं समझ में आया तो वापस से प्ले कीजिए और फिर से वीडियो देखिए और इसको खूब सारे लोगों के साथ शेयर कीजिए, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोगों को इन सभी कॉन्सेप्ट्स के बारे में बहुत ज़्यादा कन्फ्यूजन है। और हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल को सब्सक्राइब भी कीजिए, जहां पर आप हमारे ये सभी वीडियोस देख रहे हैं, इंक्लूडिंग पिछले हफ्ते का वीडियो जब हमने आपसे पूछा था कि घर का काम क्या सिर्फ इनकी जिम्मेदारी है या इनकी भी, औरतों की, आदमियों की। और आपने जो बताया उसमें से जो सबसे रोचक कमेंट्स हैं वो
Yeah, so welcome back. I hope a lot of people have understand and a lot of people have got a lot of information, and as well as a lot of people have got some confusion as well. Right now they have, got, eye opener that what is this? Why all these identities are there in this video? And I was not aware about this. And I'm sure so, and this is the reality, why I am interested, why I am talking in all those areas, because I belongs to all those categories and I have suffered a lot. I have suffered a lot just because of all these identities and categories. So, so the people, I really wanted to, tell you that if you have never heard about this, I am going to talk with all of you that there is some identities which you need to understand, because you so the youth, those are here in this call, they will be our future. And if they will not learn, if they will not understand this, what they will give to the society in future, right? So 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 the so the ladies and gentlemen and the people, why I have told you ladies and gentlemen and the people, because might be there are people those are not fit into the ladies and gentlemen categories. So we always, say to the audience that hello ladies and gentlemen, but why we are not talking to the people, for example like me, I never believes that I am a ladies, and I never believes that I am a gentleman. So why we are not talking on all those aspects of the society? And if you go and check the history of India, you will definitely find all those evidences on the Google only. I'm not saying that Deepika will saying this. Deepika have read about it and got those information, and you also have all those information. If you go and check Ramayana, within the Ramayana they have talked about 14 year when Lord Rama was going to the Vanvas. So that time they have they have given instruction in the same way which I was telling right now. Ladies and gentlemen, मतलब माताएं बहनें चली जाएं, ओके, फीमेल्स चले गए, देन भाई बहन मेरे जितने भी भाई और पिता समान जो लोग हैं वो लोग भी चले जाएं, then male categories also went, but they have not, matlab, Lord Rama have not talked about the, Hijra culture and communities, and they were, still waiting for the response of Lord Rama, and unfortunately they haven't talked about them, and they were waiting for the response for 14 years on the same place. And when he came back and he has seen that people are here, and he gave the blessings to them that in Kali Yuga you will be recognized as one of the identities, and that's the reason today is the time when transgender categories got one of the identities called transgender person. Otherwise, earlier there was a lot of bad words which used to called hijra, chaka, mamu, good, and all those bad words which used to call to the transgender community. But it has came out in 2014 with the Nalsa judgment on 15th April 2014, and we got an identity. So, so everyone, I just wanted to tell you that if and this video was telling you one thing, and what was that? You know, non-judgmental behavior. We always have judgmental behavior for everyone. Everyone, I'm telling you, everyone means everyone, within the family, within the classroom, within the workplace, within the office, within the metro, within the railway station, within the airport, everywhere. We used to say that why this girl is wearing the dress like this, why this male is wearing something else, this dress is feminine. Tell me, tell me, what is the gender of cloth? A piece of cloth have any gender? No. A piece of cloth doesn't have any gender. Then why we have decided and divided that this cloth is feminine, this cloth is manly, this color is feminine, this color is manly, this color is masculine, this color is feminine? What is that? These all things are stay and based in our mind only, I'm telling you. And based on that, I you know grown up, and everyone grown up in this call, there is a lot of people who grown up. And I'm telling you very interesting thing. And the interesting thing is, when you were growing, you were observing, and you were experiencing a lot of things, and you were attracting towards a lot of things. And what was that? That was your gender expression. That was your gender expression, nothing else. I'm telling you, my dear, that was nothing else. That was your gender expression. If you were attracting towards the long hair, and you were thinking that I should also have this long hair, then there is nothing wrong. If you were thinking that you should have a good makeup on your face, then you were thinking that I should look feminine, means your gender expression was feminine. And if you are thinking at the age of 10 year, 12 year, 13 year, that you should have beard on your face, means your gender was masculine. And that's the reason our gender role came. And in this video you have seen the same thing only. And with that sometime one interesting thing came, and that role is called as sexuality. And sexuality is what? Sexuality is always comes from our heart and our emotions. So for example, if I'm emotionally, sexually, and if I'm emotionally, sexually, physically attracted and connected towards a particular gender, then my sexuality roles came to my life. So, for example, if I born as male, the video was telling you the same thing, but in short manner. If you born as male and attracted towards female only, then your sexuality become heterosexual. And if you become, if you a male and attracted towards female, or if you a female attracted towards female, is your sexuality. And what was that? That is that sexuality called as what? Homosexuality. Means Hindi में बोलेंगे तो समलैंगिक. And if you are a person who is attracted toward both the gender, then your sexuality become bisexual. So this is your sexuality, and there are people in this society who believes in asexuality, means they never believes in sexual attraction towards anyone, but they express their gender. So that's the reason this video was talking about LGBTQIA plus all those categories. But I'll tell you why this is important to talk about sexuality, because when we will understand our sexuality, we will be able to focus on our sexual health. So for example, I'll tell you why sexual health is related with our sexuality. So for example, if I am a male, biological male, and behaving like a female and wearing some clothes, and I have desire to live like a female, but still I have to take care of my body inside and my sexual health being a male only. And what is wrong in that? And why we are not going and meeting the doctors? Why we are not going and talking to the doctors that I am suffering with all those issues and problems? And the common problem in India for the sexual health is in women basically. So when they it starts from the puberty age, right? And when it starts from the puberty age, you know so there is a lot of girls, there is a lot of male with whom I have interacted, and I got to know very interesting thing, that very few uh, people were able to talk about their sexual health with their parents or with the doctors, because there is very big stereotypes towards the sexual health. And so at that time when she was bleeding, one girl was bleeding with you know um, first menstruation cycle. So she was very scared of talking about all those issues with mother. When mother got to know, then she said, so why we take a lot of time to talk all those things with children's? Why we are not talking to them at the age of 12 year? Why we are waiting that when first menstruation will come to my girl, then I will talk? Why we are waiting for that? Why we are not giving and informing her? And that's the reason I have seen lot of girl was crying, lot of girl was when I entered in the college and I was talking to all those girls, and I have seen out of 2000 girls, I have seen almost like 100 girl was crying. And they were because I have given them time to recall for 5 minutes. They all have closed the eyes and they were thinking what was the first reaction and what was the first support. And many of them have not got any support. And who will come and tell them that this is the sanitary pad and you need to use this? Who will come and tell them? And why we are, still hiding all those information with our, male, family members in the family? Why we are doing it? Why this stereotype we have? Even though we all know this, even though we all have seen all those advertisement together in the television, in the family, but why we have this stereotype? Why we are not talking? Why one, sister is, I'm sure there are people, there are girls, there are sisters, those are, telling to the brothers, then go and, get one, stay free for me, right? But is this possible for everyone? No, this is not possible. Then why she's hiding for a brother? What is wrong with that? Why a father is not teaching to a boy that when you will have your first intercourse with anyone, use condom? Why they believe, even though they have also practiced the same thing before marriage, they have also, they have also practices the same, sex act before marriage. They have also done it. And they also believes कि हम अपने बेटे से बात तभी करेंगे, we will talk, later, when that guy will go for the marriage, then only we will talk. But why we are not talking at the age of 15 year to this boy? Might be he get indulged, because I have, gone through a lot of studies and data. I have a lot of information. If I will go and check all those data once again, and I am, very surprised. So these sex activities starts from the age of 10 year, and maximum, responses I have got uh, below 18. And only few people have, responded that they have started at the age of 20 year first sex act. But still we are not talking on that. No teacher, no one is there to talk. We don't have any, counseling provisions in the schools. There is, but only 5%, if I will say, only 5 to 10%. But rest of the schools don't have any provision to talk on all those things. They are not talking to the boy children's, they are not talking to the girl children's. They are always talking to the people that this is bad touch, this is good touch. Arey, what is that? Yeah, good touch, bad touch. Why we are not, exploring ourselves? Why we are not talking beyond that? Arey, this is very important topic. If we will not talk to them, then they will get a lot of, issues and challenges. And sexual health, have uh, uh, involvement of lot of things. For example, I will say that sexual health is have a component, I will say, a component of respect. So this is first part which I have talked about. When, when people explore, but, when they have this usual practice of, sexual activity with a partner, and they have, if they will not, their partner is not giving them respect, okay, then what happens? Violence, basically, forceful sex. And who will go and, report this particular act as rape? No one. There is no one. Due to family pressure, no one will be able to consider, and no one will be able to, go and record it as rape by a husband, rape by a wife. No one will talk on that. So why this is the problem? When we came into this society, that we are saying that now we have very digitalized thing, now we are talking on everything, now we are accepting everything, now we have very digital thing. 5 crore rupees in my mobile, people are saying that in front of me. I have seen that. इतना डिजिटल हो गए, but if we are not talking on all these important topics, those are related to my health, and that's the reason lot of women have gone through the cervical cancer. And who will going to talk on all those things? Nobody take cares of sexually transmitted infections, the infection which transmit through sexual activities. Nobody is talking on all those important aspects of life. We always take care of beauty. I should use the beauty product of Sanazosen, VLCC, and all those blah 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 brand. Okay, but why we are not talking about the sexually transmitted infections which you know affecting and infecting my internal part of the body, which is not visible. I'm telling you, which is not visible, and later on it will become big problem for us. you know uh, when I was working uh, almost like 6 years before, and I was working with females as well, and I interacted a lot with female, and I have learned a lot. They were very much they were suffering with the lower abdomen pain, and just because of the lower abdomen pain, I have seen that doctor was telling them that you will never be able to consider or conceive a child in future. And why? What was the wrong act? What was the reason? And believe me, what was the mistake of that female? Nothing. Who have gave this particular problem to her? The partner, the husband, the boyfriend. She don't have any um, क्या बोले mistakes. But the friends, I'm telling you, she was crying, and she have committed the suicide when doctor um, informed her that you will never be able to conceive. So these kind of challenges and issues are happening around us within the society, and we are not talking. We are not discussing these important topics amongst ourselves. And this is the thing which is there within the heterosexual community. If I will go and talk about the homosexual community, there are people, those are on hormone replacement therapies. I'm telling you, hormone replacement therapy is also one of the important topics of transgender community, which she was talking in the video. And she was telling us that some of them have gone through the surgery process and all those things. So before surgery, a lot of people have gone through the medicine and pills which they used to take every day, morning, night, and then after lunch. And they used to get a lot of pain and issues and challenges. For example, if a trans man have ovary, and suffering with a lot of challenges and pain, because that person is looks like a male but have uterus, still have uterus in the stomach, but hesitating to meet a doctor. Because if that person will go to meet a doctor, and doctor will say that why you are talking about the uterus, if you have beard on your face, if you are looking like a boy and you are saying that you have uterus, you are something else, you are something wrong. Go and get it done at the some bigger hospital. We are not aware about it. So right now medical practitioners are also not much aware about it. So, friends, please go and talk to your doctors whenever you are having some issues. Go and find some experts, go and find some helps from the experts. Those are whatever the thing, those are available in your state or beyond your state. but at least you should get some, good guidance, and you will get proper treatment of all those things. There is trans women, for example, like me. So I am, going through the hormonal changes, and if I am in sari and, going out to, for a conference, or for example to a market, and if I will have an accident and somebody will take me to the hospital, and if doctor will, put one, machine, and what will that, for example, like ultrasound, if they will put and if they will do the ultrasound of my stomach, they will not find the, uterus, and they will be surprised, my god, what happened, this woman does not have any uterus. So, we need to create this awareness, this, information within the society, within the doctor, within the health practitioner. And I'm sorry, but we are not talking on these small things, which is very important. I was telling you, we are not talking on, sanitary pad, which is very common. I'm telling you, very common. Everywhere it is available, but we are not talking. Condoms, everywhere it is available, but we are not talking. We have seen a lot of, funny joke around the woman when she was buying condom on the medical store. We have seen a lot of reels on Instagram when she was buying condom from the store. Why there is joke? Why people are laughing? क्या एक औरत, is it something wrong that woman is buying condom? No, absolutely not, because she is health conscious. We should appreciate her that she has taken that step, because her husband was not aware about it. Her husband is not taking that initiative. We should always, appreciate her, but we are not doing it now. So these are very important topic, and we are, get into the, smoke and then drink and alcohol. Those are, still harmful, and, putting us into the lot of risk, and not only to me, to the family as well. And family used to talk on all those things. Huh? My elder son is very addicted to, drug. He used to take drug every evening, and we are very scared of his health. But why they are not talking about that? My, elder uh, son's wife, means elder, daughter-in-law, is suffering with, some challenges and issues with lower abdomen pain, and we should, get it done, proper treatment from the doctor. Why we are not talking on all those things? And so I was talking to you that why, so thanks to, the team which have given this, chance to interact with all of you. But, uh, and this has shown that, equal opportunity has started right now. Even though I'm telling you, I'm not much expert, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a health practitioner, but I have learned, just because of I am working on the sexual health. I'm working on the gender-based issues. I'm working on the HIV, and I'm telling you, if you go and check your state-level data of HIV, I'll tell you. I briefly talk about the HIV. If you will go and see the data, we have, more than 130 crore population, and within 130 crore population, we have almost like 0.22%. 0.22 means 22% HIV positive people in our India, means more than like 25-26 lakh people, those are living with HIV. But still, we believe that we need great sexual pleasure without condom, but we are not focusing about our sexual health. HIV is also one of the factor which, impacting our sexual health. So not only STI, you know, HIV is also one major challenge of sexual health. And one more thing, within the sexual health, there is one more important point which comes in my mind. Just recently it came, is like we should have freedom from discrimination and violence, basically. So we should never ever have discrimination with, you know, with practicing our, sexual activities, and all those, uh, we are suffering with a lot of, challenges from the medical practitioner when we used to go to meet doctors and saying that, I was doing this sexual activities and that's the reason I got some infection and I came to your clinic. Please tell me what will be the best option and best treatment for my problem. And doctor will, put finger on you and say that, oh my god, you are doing something wrong. Why you came for HIV testing, why you came for the hepatitis testing. And person will say that I had unsafe sexual activities last night. Then doctor will come and say that if you are doing it, then this is very wrong. If you are not married, this is very wrong. If you are doing it with one sex worker who is earning money with this particular, profession, then doctor will say you are wrong. The problem is what? I have told you before, my friends, I have told you before, judgmental behavior of the people around us, within the society, within the health practices, within the family, within the school, within the colleges, everywhere. And this is become lot of, this become very big, issues and challenge for us to, access to health, basically. If this will not happen now, I'm telling you, every woman will come for the treatment. Every male will go for the treatment. Every trans person will go for the treatment. But they are not going just because of they are getting a lot of, discrimination and judgmental behavior is there in society, in the people, in the mind of, health practitioner. And I will say that, uh, I will say that at the end of this conversation, I would like to say that, please accept all, people in this society, whatever they are, expressing, whatever they are saying. A person who is not impacting your life, a person who is not, putting you in risk, a person who is not giving you physical harm, is not harmful anymore for your society. I'm sorry, I'm telling you, this person is not harmful. Whosoever is this person is, I'm telling you, whatever the person is, might be that person will be a female sex worker, might be a person will be beggar, might be that person will be a transgender, might be that person will be a trans woman, might be that person will be a hijra, whatever. But that if that person is not, giving you any risk, please give them respect. With your respect they will alive, with your respect they will live happy life. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, this is very important. Being a human, this is very important for us to, show our humanity to all these people. And I'm telling you, India is very famous for this only. Earlier, India was recognized, still it is recognized, okay? But so India was, known just because of their people's behavior. They were saying that in this society, people in Indian society, people respects each other. People, love each other. People have lot of, diversity, but they have unity. But right now, where that things has gone, I am still not, looking forward for your support. I'm still trying to, find all those, unity amongst ourselves. You, for example, you based in Northeast, or I based in Delhi, but still we are in touch, right? So this is our unity. So I will request everyone, those are in this call, please come together and support everyone. I'm telling you, everyone. I'm not saying that I am from the trans community and I will say that support only trans people. Support everyone, support every woman, support every man who is suffering with any problem, and support a trans person as well, and support a gay person as well who is suffering with problems and issues and challenges. Thank you so much. And now I'm handing over to you, Meenakshi. Thanks for giving me this opportunity.
It was so lovely listening to you. It's so much of information out there. As I was listening to you, I developed this thought of this question basically: what can we do? Like, what more can we do to spread this spread awareness on on this topic of gender and sexual health? So where are we lacking? Yeah, where are we not doing enough? That not everybody is being aware of gender and sexual health. So what more can we do?
Yeah. So in my opinion, we can do two, three things. First, we can create awareness among the age of 12, 13, 14, or 18-year age, children's, and for that we should approach schools and teachers basically, who can support us, and that is very important because it will always start from there only, because they are the human beings, those are developing their mind. When they are developing their mind, when you will put all those important information in their mind, they will live their life with that same information at the till the end of their life basically. If they will develop this behavior to support everyone, which I am requesting now to everyone, so that problem will never come. And then second thing, when we are in on social media, we are putting lot of um, reels and videos and information around these fake things and faltu ka love story and all those expression. Why we are not expressing that I being, for example, being one boy, I am supporting my sister for all those things. If sister is suffering with, for example, menstruation cycle related problem, if she is suffering with some problems, why always one husband is going and taking care of uh, his wife during the pregnancy at the hospital, why one brother is not going? Why this stereotype we have? So we should create some, if there is young crowd with us in this call, if they will create and develop such kind of important uh, uh, content and put it on social media, if they will make content of a woman, those are at the village and facing some challenges related to their sexual health, and they need support from the larger hospital and bigger name and brands. If they will go and put it on social media continuously, I'm telling you, health, uh, education, and other ministry will definitely look after all those problems, and they will definitely support our society. But we are not focusing on all those things. We always use some attractive songs from the Bollywood, and we used to put our photographs and all those things, and we used to put on the Instagram. And uske baad we have lot of followers, 30,000, 40,000. Why we are not talking about the important topics? Why we are not talking about why we are not talking about the condoms? Why we are not talking about the sanitary pad use and benefits of the sanitary pad? Why only health worker will talk? Because I'm a health worker, and I used to make all those videos and everything, and I used to pass on to the health workers, those are working with me in my program. But why we are not doing it for entire world? Why we are not doing it for families? Why we are not putting it to society? This is second thing. And third thing, which is I think very 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 important, that when we used to talk, you know when we used to talk, please stop saying, हिंदी में बोलते हैं तो श्रीमान श्रीमती बोलना बंद कीजिए. ऑडियंस को, जब पूरे ऑडियंस, लार्जर ऑडियंस को जब हम सामने से बात करते हैं तो, एंड टू द ऑडियंस in English, if we say that ladies and gentlemen, stop saying ladies and gentlemen, say hello everyone, hi everyone, hey everyone. Okay, so that everyone, and then you explain why you have said this. Because might be there is someone who is not fit into the biological gender, and considering him or herself in a different you know thought process. So I think Wobi, that is also one important, very very important thing. And these things can be um, post we can post it on social media everywhere. We can write some important blogs. Why we are not writing important blogs on Facebook related to all those important topics? Why we are talking here about sexual health? Why we are not writing there on the Facebook? Because Facebook always capture everything, and they have data, they have a big team, those are capturing that what people are doing right now, and accordingly they develop, and they gave information to the health department and the other department as well, that you should now start work on this. Please start work on this, because people are demanding for it, this particular thing. If you will demand for this, they will definitely deliver this data to the health department. If you will always put your beautiful pictures and all those things and some songs, they will always say that please create and develop similar kind of songs, because they are demanding for it, because they are liking these kind of songs only. And they will say that, oh, people are still focusing on the eye makeup and all those things, so makeup artists should put their post and they will get popularity, and put a lot of advertisement about Olay cream and all those creams, and you will get a lot of beauty on your face. So they have all those data monitoring process, basically, I'm telling you. But we never thought about it. A lot of people are never thought about that. We, whatever we are putting, they have backup of team who always tuck करके एक तक immediately आपने डाला टक से वो चला जाता है डेटा बैकअप में immediately. So they used to do that. So please 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 do all those things, and do whatever you want, but I have these 2 3 submission to everyone.
That's so nice. So you made me think, like, when we address the public, we normally, and I normally say good morning one and all, so, or good evening one and all, so like that escapes the gender, and I am addressing everybody. But then I think like we should make little changes, like when we write chairman of this committee, or chairwomen, we should write chairperson.
Yeah,
So
great.
why do we need to put the gender of the person who is sitting on the
Very
chair, right? So it's like small things, but then it makes such a huge difference, right?
yeah, this is very small thing, but it will create very huge difference. For
Yeah.
example, like still we have, like for example, we have Madam Draupadi Murmu with us, but her designation is what? Rashtrapati. And Pati is always showing that male character.
Yes. So it should be chairperson. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like, and then how can we create a safe space so that you said like people are scared because I work in the healthcare industry, so I know how it feels when you are not not addressed warmly by your doctor. And I know how it feels sometimes you being a doctor, you are not accepted because of your gender, so it comes both ways, right? So
Right.
how do we create like from one perspective now, how can the healthcare industry create a safe space for people to come in, just walk in and like tell their problem, and like we can address it, because many a times all we need is the courage to go and walk in and go there. So how do we create a safe space so that people can come to us?
Yeah. So I think this is so actually in India we have a lot of burden of patient in the hospital. That one thing, but second thing, the doctors, for example, like private practitioner who don't have much load of patients, but still they have similar kind of behavior. They never say that, oh hi, hello, kaise hain aap, please welcome to my clinic, and why we are, oh please tell me how can I pronounce you, may I tell you she, may I tell you her, may I tell you he, may I tell you him, so that our conversation will become more comfortable. Tell me how can I pronounce you. Okay, tell me what is the challenge and issues. Have you faced any challenge and issues to come to this clinic? And why you came to this clinic? Tell me the reason. If I will talk in this polite way, so the person will always come and they feel very comfortable, that because, and so for example, if I am telling you that how can I pronounce you, Meenakshi, I should I tell you she and her, should I tell you he him, should I tell you they them. So might be you little bit you will feel why this doctor is saying this. Then I will explain you, because there are people those are coming to my clinic and and having some different mindset and different biological anatomy, and according to that they are not matching, and they don't have correlation with all those these two things. And that's the reason I used to ask to the people. And when somebody will listen this particular line and conversation from a doctor, they will say that if doctor is this much of sensitive, it means I can share anything to this doctor, right? So recently I had a long 3 days activity with AIMS hospital, with doctors, nurse, A&M doctors, and all those staffs. And all in these 3 days we had these conversations only, nothing else. That why we are not talking to the people, why you are not um, um, when you interacting to a patient, why you considering that person as patient. Just talk to them, that person is coming with a problem. So don't tell them that what, why, so okay, show me the report, what is the problem, are you getting the proper sleep. Oh, don't do that. Patient will feel little bit scared. What is wrong with me, what happens. And if you are watching one particular report and saying, नशा करते हो, दारू पीते हो, and all those things. Junk food बहुत खाते हो. So, but before that, if I will talk to the person, okay, so you came to my clinic, is there any issue and problem that you came to my clinic? I know that person have reports and report is saying something, but if I will listen to that person, might be report is saying that I had heart attack 1 year before, but my mental health problem is much more than my heart attack. But if I am not talking to a person that why you came to my clinic, is there any problem in your life, is there any issue and challenge in your life, then you decided to come to my clinic. So I'm telling you, person will never came out from that dilemma and then that problem which that person was facing earlier, and for that reason that person went through the heart attack. So I think these important topics, these kind of important thing, if doctor can do, I'm telling you, everyone feel comfortable. If you will be the doctor, if you will ask with the same smile which you have right now on your face, I will every time come to your clinic, whatever the fees you will charge. For example, if you will charge 100 rupees extra, I will come to your clinic because I will feel more connected to you. Being a patient, I will feel that you are my family, not a doctor.
So nice. It's like uh, just one small change and just like one small action or small thing, and then we do, and we don't even know how great the effect we are creating out there. No, it's so nice. So thank you so much. That was really nice and informative. Like the presentation was so much, it was filled with so much of information. We appreciate you for sharing all your ideas, insight. No, you talked on a myriad of topics. Like you covered almost all the important areas, and it's like everything packed in one thing and so much of information. So we have a lot to take home from your session today. So one message which I am going to take home is like, how am I going to make my environment more friendly to openly discuss about our problems? So this is my take home message. I guess everybody has got one for themselves too. So with this, we come to the end of today's session, and thank you so much. It was really nice having you.
Thanks, Deepas. Thanks, Meenakshi. Thanks, the team who have given me this chance. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Yes.
Thank you.
Good day.
Bye bye.